I've just opened a blank new screen. You can use the X and Y showing somewhere in the left hand corner of the screen, indicating my user coordinate system. And interestingly, it's in the world coordinate system, so I can try to open a 3D file, or I can actually form. So a number of ways to do that. So like I said, you can go to new, you can start Autocad 3D file, you can click on open, and you see you're already working in 3D space. Now you'll notice the Z coordinate is added to 3D. So let's try to draw a few things. Let's try to draw a box. So you do the box, you specify the first corner, you drag and you move it in the direction. Let's try to draw, let's look like a cylinder. So we can just play around with the tools as they are. A cone, simply specify the base, you drag up. Let's look at the sphere. So on and on and on, you can play around with the tools. So but let's go back to the 2D we had, and see how we can also play around with our model space and change it to 3D, as it were. Now what you need to do is you need to understand some concepts. Basically, in AutoCAD you use, you notice these are solid objects. For example, the 3D, they are made up of a skeleton. And if you come somewhere up here in the tab, you see the visual styles. This is actually the realistic view. You can change this to see the wireframe view. You can see the 2D trial, the hidden, the realistic, the sketchy, shades of gray, and so many other views. So if you change it to the 2D wireframe view, for example, you notice our objects are faint because we need to change the colors, the object properties, the line type, the line color to by block, and it takes on the black. So you notice these are the building blocks for the objects. So it's wireframe, called the wireframe, or the skeleton, as it were. So I can change it back to my realistic view, and you see the object looks nice. You can also change the colors. You select, right click, you go to object properties, you select, and then look at under the unsafe view. Look at the view option. I can change it to the southwest, the southeast, the north isometric. So let's change the southwest isometric, for example. You notice the coordinates axis, adds a Z and it revolves. So I can actually also do 3D drawings from 2D drawings. So all I need is a profile, and which, for example, I want to draw a box, for example. So all I need is a profile, say a rectangle. And once I'm able to draw a rectangle on the base, I simply try to extrude the rectangle through a height. So I click the rectangle and extrude through a height. So all I need to do to look at it, if it's realistic, I can either use the shade option, or I simply go to the views and I use the realistic option. So whichever will do a fairly good job for you. Okay, so I can also do the same thing. I can use other features. I can simply say use a polygonal base, as it were. So by the center of the polygon. Okay, so a polygonal base, and simply type extrude, and it goes through the height, and then have it. Okay, but now you're on the same view. I can also choose to draw my other 3D objects. But now let's look at the little difference between these objects that were drawn from the 2D object and objects that were drawn using 3D modeling tools. Okay, now if you select the modeling box, you notice you have a number of grips, more number of grips. Okay, so you see the grip that goes down, you can extend it. One goes up, okay, facing the upward direction, can go up, down, facing the sides. But you notice the object we created from 2D has a limited number of grips. Okay, notice only points in one direction, which is the direction of extrusion. Alright, so you don't have all that controls. Once you try to use any of these controls, you will distort the object, like you see. So that is one advantage the 3D has, objects have over 2D. Thank you.
recording.